Carmen, can you? Good evening. Welcome to our regular meeting. We'll call our meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can we get a roll call?
Trustee Craig.
Here.
Trustee Giroux.
Here.
Trustee St. Germain. Here. Trustee Earps.
Here.
Trustee Daniels.
All right, can we stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, can I get a motion for approval of the agenda?
I'll move we approve the agenda for January 23rd, 2023.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did we get everybody? Okay. Motion carries. All right, public comment. I believe we have one public comment this evening. If you'd like to go over there.
Is it on? Yep. Okay. Hey, I'm Joel Snedden. I had a job here at the high school working as a janitor, and I was told that I'd be making 15 an hour by literally everyone I spoke to, such as teachers, the principal, other janitorial employees, and my supervisor. I'm going to read the emails between myself and Dr. Garrett, and I hope you guys could come to the agreement to give me what I deserve for what I work for. Okay, that's fine.
No emails.
Should do the email because of the personnel. You can share them with them,
Oh, we can't say it?
but you can share them with them by all means.
Oh, sorry.
Email
You can email them.
Who do I email them to?
I'll send you the board member
Okay.
emails. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on our website.
We just can't discuss personnel type issues or anything that's
Mhm.
between personnel in an open meeting setting.
Okay.
So you can go, I mean, if you have more comments, you certainly can.
Not really. I was just gonna read the emails and it's gonna kind of explain what happened. But I mean, since I can't do that, I'll just email them to you guys, I guess.
Okay, and feel free if you'd like to say something at another meeting after we get to review the emails and stuff, that you're welcome to do that as well.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't hear real well. So you are employed by us,
I was employed about a month ago.
and what was your position?
Janitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was through an open competitive process? You were one of the new hires that we approved?
I think so.
Okay,
Or
thank you.
Yeah.
We're just getting caught up here.
He's just student.
He's a student.
I was just
Oh.
a student.
Oh,
I'm a senior this year. So
Okay.
I just needed some extra money and I was told I was gonna get paid 15 by my supervisors and everything.
What do we normally pay?
10 for all students. We've never changed. We've never varied from that.
What was your last name again? Bud?
Snedden.
Snedden.
SNEDDON. Oh,
So was he one of the new hires that we had approved
No.
through board action? Okay,
Mm-mm.
thank you. So who
Not at
hired
that
him?
time.
I think I was hired like, well, 2021, 2022. I don't remember. I got hired for that summer and I worked all summer and I got paid like, I think it was nine.
Yeah, I believe it was 9 something at that time, but we moved it to 10.
Yeah.
Just about that time.
And
I believe.
then I didn't sign any contract or anything this time. I just got put in. And they said, you'll be making 10, 15. Even Miss Jones had a flyer out that said, student employees are gonna make 15. And so I did that and I got paid 10.
So the custodian hired him?
Maintenance director.
Maintenance director hired him? Okay,
Yeah, works through the custodian to.
okay,
for janitorial services.
Yep, okay. Just trying to figure it out. That's the public, the view of us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah,
So-
so I should have explained a little better, but
That's okay.
It's all right. So I'm glad to share them emails with them and you can send them as well. So,
Okay.
I mean, we'll get them to them so they can review those as well.
Sounds
No
good.
problem. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And if you have a copy of that flyer that you saw,
Yeah, I try. Miss Jones, she looked through everywhere because she admitted to saying, well, not admitted, but she said she printed some off that said that. So and she tried looking for everywhere for them and she couldn't find them.
Did you ever see one?
Yeah, I think I saw one on the door. The right when you walk in.
And I think this kind of came about when we moved classified staff to 15 was a minimum, but we didn't include students in that.
I see.
So we continued with the 10. That's probably where it's probably misunderstanding at that point, but
I didn't even know we had student employees from outside of the tutoring that we
Mhm.
talked about. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Okay,
thank you.
Yep.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Have a good
thank you.
evening.
I'll send you guys those emails.
Okay.
Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
All right. And no other public comment? No? Okay. All righty. So next, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes from the December 19, 2022 regular meeting.
One little change. It said something about I did something except EXCEPT, but it's ACCEPT, not AX. Gosh,
Snap.
yes. So that needs to be changed, but that's about
Was
it.
that me or Carmen?
I don't know.
That's exceptional.
I just wanted you to know I
Good
actually
catch.
read the minutes.
That's awesome. I'm impressed.
Yes.
Go Greg.
So anyway,
Okay.
I'll vote too. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
From the December 19th meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
from the December 19, 2022 meeting. Thank you. I'll second.
Any more discussion? Exceptional. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. So next is it's our first meeting in January. So we've reorganization of the board so I'll turn that over to Madam Clerk.
Okay, at this time, we would like to accept nominations to be board chair for our upcoming school year.
I nominate Christine Herbst.
I'll second that.
Any other nominations? Any discussion? We take a vote, please.
Just do a full motion.
Sorry. Those are for nominations for election.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So we have one nomination. Let's see, Mrs. Earps, would you accept this nomination?
Yes.
Okay, then can we have a motion?
Make a motion that we accept Christine Herbst as chair for 2023.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Oh,
I caught myself.
You did, you.
I know. Christine's like. Any discussion?
It was.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Welcome.
I'm back on.
You back.
Oh,
It's a
my
short
goodness.
reprieve. So I'm assuming that's an assumption of office.
Yes.
By me saying, okay. All right. So can we get nominations for vice chair to serve during the 2022 or 23 school year?
it's the calendar year. That's what we do.
Calendar.
Yep,
Okay.
Calendar
Oh,
year.
sorry.
I nominate Christine Germain as vice chair.
Second.
Don't like change, huh?
No, we don't.
Apparently not, huh?
We're sticks in the mud.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion.
Oh, discussion. Sorry. Do
Sorry.
you want to do it? Chris?
I'll do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
might be a good
Any
question.
more discussion?
Chris and Chris show.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm honored. Thank
Chris
you
and Chris.
for your nomination.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, Chris. All right. Next is the appointment of our clerk.
Oh, boy.
I would highly recommend you remain the same.
Mhm.
So
Are we going to need a
Carmen, are you
motion?
willing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I move that
Yeah.
we continue our relationship and elect/appoint Carmen as our clerk.
Yes.
Any discussion?
That's a good one. I like that.
Now that Carmen wants to continue our relationship. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Carmen. All right, next treasurer,
I would move the same with Brittany.
Brittany.
Brittany Getz willing to continue to serve.
Is she on?
She's willing.
She's
We
willing.
discussed it today.
Okay.
better
Then I-
be.
I'll move that we appoint Brittany Getz as our treasurer.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Brittany, wherever you are.
Thank you, Brittany.
It's gotta be that Brittany. She's not like making all kinds of noise on there. So, all right. So now the review and sign the code of ethics.
Was that written on there?
Sit down.
Brittany, someone.
She's on there. Can you let her in?
Just have to sign those and.
I'm just making
You're
sure
in.
nobody
Okay.
snuck something in.
Oh,
that, you
yeah,
know,
no.
was new and funny.
Like your checking account number or something like
No,
that.
no, just fact checking.
We're pretty good about that.
We were able to make ACH withdrawals from your account.
Anybody realize it's 23?
Yeah,
Isn't that
123.
cool?
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Okay.
Don't have those.
Got all those.
One.
Establish the signatories. How do we do that? Just.
Yeah, so I would approve what we have on on policy 1260. Here, you can look at it.
There you go.
Which I don't have. Okay.
And it just has the title, which will entail the person that we have
Okay.
employed.
Where
So,
we at?
so invoices and then checks.
Okay. So we're gonna need a motion for that.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think I would just do the policy 1260, which lays it out
Okay.
on the signatories, which. we would
Signatories
identify-
as
yep,
stated in policy 1260.
which it states business manager for accounts payable and payroll personnel. So we have those people as we employ them. Those will be their title.
Right.
So they're currently employed as Brittany, Farah, and Courtney are the ones. So makes sense.
Yes, you
Okay.
need a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, and I would just use the 1260.
Yeah.
To reiterate, do you see 1260?
So, yeah, I do. So,
Yep.
so we want to,
Just establish
Mhm.
signatories.
Establish signatories as stated in policy 1260.
oh, okay.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, so I move that we establish the signatories in accordance with our policy 1260.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, I got lost. on-
Aye. Did you vote?
Aye, sorry.
Oh.
I made the motion. I'm sorry. Aye.
Motion carries. All right, so establish our agenda and notice posting location. We did some tweaking on that last year.
We did. I wanted to just review it with you guys to see if we're getting this accomplished, if this is, reality. I want to make sure it kind of matched with that. So right now we have our posting places are the district website, district Facebook page, front window of our district office, post office in Orofino, Weippe, Pierce Library, Weippe Library, and then Skyward. And then we also send it to Windows on the Clearwater, Clearwater Tribune, the Lewiston Tribune, and KLER. Is
Would-
there, go
Would there
ahead.
be any value in posting it at the facilities?
I believe they probably do. Do you? I email it to the entire staff. I mean, everybody has it there, but if we want to post in the windows.
From the parent engagement, when people come to a game, do you think it would be valuable to have it posted at the school? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
I'll be-
we've been conditioned to not read signs.
right.
Yeah.
My question is, are we getting them? Greg, I know you had talked about posting them at Pierce at the
Right.
post office and library,
Mhm.
doing that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure that we're it's doable. What we're saying we're going
Yes.
to do is we're doing it. So it's pretty easy to get them out on most of
I
those.
wasn't asked to do WEIP,
Oh,
but should
It's
I be
doing
doing
WEIP.
WEIP library?
No, I do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Oh, you do that.
I do
Could you
the-
do Pierce too, please? No, I'm just-
Yes, I could, but I'm gonna have to drive over there.
I'll do it.
I can stop in Weep and get my mail. Post office. So
Gotcha.
easy enough.
Okay.
District Facebook page, do we not have that? I don't put anything on there. So I don't. So the district Facebook page, we don't really operate with as much as the school Facebook pages. So
Gotcha.
How much interaction do we have on the Facebook page?
Our school has about the only thing that's posted to us. Closures. I post closures.
right.
We do highlight some.
And I think we discussed that. It's a little more difficult for us to do it at the district level as far as, interactions versus the school levels, because that's where everything's going on. So, and they're doing that. So,
But it's the agenda for the district.
yep,
And it's not getting put on the Facebook?
I'm not putting it on.
Should we?
That's what I'm asking. That's why we're having the discussion.
Yeah, I mean, we said we wanted it there, right?
I don't know. What kind of activity do we have on there, Russell, when we do the school closing? Okay. We'll let him figure that one out.
I just mean, we thought of this last
Mhm.
year and listed it,
Mhm.
so we should do it
Mhm,
and see.
mhm.
So who would do
I-
that? Do we have a Facebook
Yeah,
person?
do we have a social media
Who's our,
person?
Oh, okay,
Shaking his
so-
head. Russell's like,
Looking at
can
it.
you
It's-
add that to
we're
your
doing
to-do
it,
list to put the agenda on the Facebook?
I don't think that's a bad
Awesome.
idea.
Awesome.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I think that
Personally
definitely.
have come to loathe
probably going to
Facebook,
be a
but-
dumb
well, who
question, but
hasn't?
if somebody would show me how to do it, I can do it.
So we ran into these weird permission issues on the Ski Hill Facebook. So I wonder if
Yeah.
he's the only one that can do it. I don't know.
Depends on how it's set up.
Mhm.
Lots of-
Mhm.
Yeah, Timberland is a really, Billy does it, doesn't she?
Yeah, sometimes it says it's Billy, but it's myself. $790 followers.
Yeah.
Worth putting it on there.
Yeah.
Remind me of that, Russell.
So the last quote reached 761 people.
I think it's a good idea. Let's try it.
Yeah, I
And that
don't,
way we can track the data. If we have 2 likes over the year, then we know that next year we can take that off the list.
or we stop doing it and people go, whoa, oh, wait,
Yeah.
what? Where is
Why
that?
are you not?
Because that happens.
Actually, the closures, the last few closures, and it went through and picked up. And then the update had 13 shares on the original, and 13, or 27 shares on the original post, 13 shares on the follow.
Pretty small.
So it's pretty small.
Huh.
So that was 790 followers.
Mhm. People saw it.
They
People saw it, they
just
didn't.
There's-
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They didn't like our post.
Hmm.
Oh,
I wonder how important the post office postings are.
for the city council minutes, I think the post office postings are pretty crucial because we don't see them a lot of other places. But, I don't know. And a lot of people who maybe don't have social media, don't have computer access. I think that's, public community bulletin boards.
The ones I would be skeptical would probably be the library ones.
Mhm.
I'm not sure many people look at that at the library going in the door, post office, I see people kind of
People look at
perusing
that.
through
I look at that even in the,
And it's not that big a deal. We go get the mail every day anyway,
Yeah.
and I go get my mail occasionally, so I can just post it at it's the Pierce one I have trouble getting to, but I can do that if I need to.
Personally, I'm frustrated with the Lewiston Tribune because they're canceling our daily delivery service.
we've,
Side
yeah, ours has
notes,
been
side
done.
notes.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so,
So I'm good with these, and we can continue. Like I said, the libraries would be the only ones I would
so the
really.
posting locations remain the same. And that's
And we will
really all
do the
we-
district Facebook.
Yeah,
Mhm, which is on there.
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so we need to, that's an action item, so let's
Oh,
get a motion.
You want to take the libraries out?
We
No,
can't do
it's-
action
It's
items
up to you
until
guys.
after other discussion, can we?
We can
Let's leave them in.
move it and then second it and then discuss.
It's an
it
action
some more.
item.
I don't want to discuss it anymore. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
we have
I'll
to-
move that we leave the board meeting posting locations identified for 2023 as is.
I'll second.
Any more discussion?
Hmm.
No, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, consent agenda.
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Discussion? Questions?
Yeah, I had one question.
Okay.
Bank charge on Orofino High School sheet, with it's the balance sheet that you send out. Is that just a credit card? Okay. It's like $1,643. Sounds like. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted you to know. No, it looks good. Thank you.
Your mic's not on.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. I can read that, but I forgot my mic. Thank you. Smart
All
Alex.
right, any other questions?
Nope.
All right, all in favor?
I
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, reports and recognition. I am a little of a miss on the reports and recognition because I usually try to recognize everybody, but I had some technical difficulties with my Adobe Acrobat this afternoon and was not able to make my notes, but I did get that Julie Kessinger for her performance from the elementary school, which she always does an amazing job. If I had as much energy as she is, I'd still be young, but yeah. And senior project judges and stuff, which I have to publicly apologize. I was supposed to do that, but I was sick. I was sick and could not make it, and I felt really bad, but good job to Ms. Waller.
And I must have missed the notice because I would have loved to have been there.
Yes. So anybody else, if I'm missing people, I am so very sorry, but yeah. So anybody else have anything on the building reports? Everybody get a chance to read all the reports?
I'm sorry. So on the safety, and I'm sorry, I haven't been able to make any of the meetings because of my pay job conflicts, but the gaggle policy, where do we want to go? Where does our liability stop? What, is there some conversation around that?
Everybody looks at Russell.
Okay, well, there's a question of how far do we go? So
Mhm.
that's why I thought I'd ask.
That's a question that boards and school districts all over the state of Idaho are dealing with because we've moved into a time when we monitor student activity 24/7 and summers, and there is no, there's no break from that.
Because they're using our device.
Yeah, they're using our device or they're using their school account.
Mhm.
So not even necessarily our device. If they're using the school account at home in the summers and they publish something or email something that's, maybe a threat, and we pick that up, then we need to potentially do something with that. So it's it's a challenge because we obviously, and this is what I'm hearing across the state in discussions of this type, is the school districts do not have the staff to 24/7 support all these things that could come up.
Is there an automation mechanism that we could implement?
There are mechanisms that can be implemented. You could, for instance, you could have during certain hours that it just possibly send it on to the police. In our situation, we have to look at how that works because what is it county? Is it city? What do we send on to them? It's difficult to make it automated to the point of no human interaction and have it be really accurate because it really needs a human being. It's, you can have things come in. We have things come in all the time that we know exactly what they are and they're not a concern because it's something that they're writing for in a class or that sort of thing. So I don't have a recommendation for you, and I was not prepared at all for this. But that's the dilemma that many basically all school districts that are doing this type of monitoring are in this dilemma right now.
So what kind of, and I'm sorry, if I'm supposed to know this, I'm sorry. Do we have some sort of policy or position or recognition that the students need to sign in order to utilize our technology? Okay, I assume that. And it talks about liabilities. Is there a limit to liabilities there in the clause?
I don't know that it addresses this.
It's more
Have we-
responsibilities.
Yeah, it's
not-
responsibilities of the student.
Correct.
Mhm. Have we consulted with our insurance carrier about the limit of liability?
Well, yes and no. It's an ongoing debate because technically, I mean, in a court of law is what you'd really look at. How liable would we be if something came up that we didn't address when it wasn't school hours? And it's kind of in limbo right now. Technically, I'm not sure we are, but then since we have access, does that make us liable? That's where the full question comes from. If since we're aware, we're mandatory reporters when it comes to those type of things. So there are some districts that are saying we're just going to shut it off on the weekends but that it's a part of the game that everybody's trying to figure out right now.
So from you guys' perspective, what would be the negative connotation of shutting it off during non-school performance hours?
Well, during a regular school year, kids use it outside of school hours all the time to do their work.
Right,
So
I understand that.
during school year, for sure, we need including breaks, et cetera. In the summer, some kids take online classes in the summer, when the driver's ed with ideal day, and there are some safeguards in place when they do use our.
So in the summer, when they are not enrolled in those programs, first of all, do we know that they're enrolled in those programs?
There's a difference between, I think, gaggle alerts and having access to their Google account. We're talking about kind of two different things. It's not all in that. Are they talking about shutting off gaggle during a certain time when they can still access their Google account?
Yeah, so my approach on this personally has been to, as a part of this community and as feeling somewhat responsible for our students and their safety, is to just always respond. And that's what we've done since we've used gaggle for. I've chased down an email that came in from a school in Southern California that was a suicide thing and got a hold of the police in California to get attention to a student.
Wow.
So I'm not in a position to say I'm going to turn it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then what we need then is what is the resource allocation required to manage this?
And to this point, it's a conversation that we've had, not because we're overwhelmed, just because it's a conversation that needs to be had. We need to be aware of what we see into, things that come across. It's not much. In summertime, it has not been I could probably count on one hand the number of summertime things we've had.
That's good.
And what I have done is if I can't contact the building, I contact the police. I've contacted Mandy Barlow before. It's like, hey, we got the situation. We need to check on, it's like, not going to do nothing.
The fear is I'm camping. Also is doing some side of service and we get a report. I see the safety. That's our-
So I think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, we're not looking for,
I'm not looking for a way out.
a way out. We're just trying to.
But we need some kind of resource to follow up.
We couldn't respond in that moment in time.
Right.
Based on not being on contract or whatever it is, and we're not available.
Mhm.
And so, so that's the, that's the. rub.
So we're assuming the responsibility, which is great, right? But what is the question about liability then in relationship to that responsibility? And if it gets missed, is that the question?
Right.
Okay.
That's really the question. We're all going to do the best that we can to keep our students and every person safe.
Mhm.
The question is, if something comes up and we didn't see it,
Mhm,
whatever, where do we stand? And the approach that's been taken by some other school districts in the state is they just don't look at it.
Just don't want to know.
They just, they follow I didn't know about it. That doesn't sit with me.
I don't.
Because
think
if it's
that sits
my
with me.
kid that somebody didn't, just because they didn't want to know about it, that would be frustrating.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an ethical question. I think bottom line, I think it's totally an ethical question.
So we've taken the approach of we're going to do all we can.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be outside of that, we'll worry about that when we get there. But if there's other input, if we need to take another approach,
Yeah.
we need direction for
Well,
that.
those types of things where there's suicide threats or threats of violence and things like that, they don't have a 9 to 5 timestamp on them.
No.
To begin with. And so, yeah,
And if it, like in the case in Southern California, it was a message into one of our students, who knows why even. There was some relationship. So it wasn't even one of our students. It was just, we saw the message. So what are you going to do? Ignore it? That's their problem. No.
So,
So I think there's some management piece of this that, it's difficult to address, but there's enough people, if you are camping, what is Kathleen doing? It's putting somebody on call, basically. I don't know how else to say that, but you're on call that weekend or that piece of time.
just a tree of.
But that's not as easy done as what it is said. So, but I think it's something we could work on for sure.
How do you get a notice?
Mhm.
I see.
must be some kind of AI word search.
Picks up on, yeah.
Yeah,
there's
Gaggle
different levels.
traps by AI, but it's human reviewed. So those types of items will come in. If it's a student safety issue, there'll be an email and they'll follow up with phone calls and they'll call down the phone tree.
Mhm.
Russell been asking, like if I'm on break and.
Yeah.
He'll, and he knows that front, I'm looking at my email or something like that, he'll call me and say, hey, you want us to, then we go through it and figure out what's going on. So I can make the contact. So, it's a good thing, it's just, it's kind of.
Where does it end and where does it begin?
Yeah.
You don't want to miss.
Yeah.
something.
You don't want to miss something,
Yeah, right.
but we're always going to miss things.
Be more liable to ignore it.
Yeah.
Like what he's saying,
Mhm.
in my opinion, than to say we're giving the best faith effort possible to address the situations.
Yeah. You're always going to miss things.
Yeah,
I mean-
I can sleep with that. If we've been doing the best that we can do
Yeah.
and something slips through,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that, but I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But if I turned it off, yeah, I can't do that. Not in the right job if that's what I need to do.
Good for you guys.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about this.
Thank you.
big-
Any other
big old question.
questions?
Safety committee meeting is the 14th of February. Is that right? think it was
Yeah,
Valentine's
I
Day.
know I'm gonna be gone.
That's how I remembered it.
I'm gonna be gone.
Because you sent me an invitation for Valentine's Day. Just wanted to say that in a public meeting. Yeah. It was a little weird, but
That
and
is
I
a little
accept
weird.
yeah, yes, it is. Lunch. That's true.
All right. Policy, we've done all that. So anything else? I'd like to say good job to IDYCA too on getting okay, I'm going to say it all wrong. The audit thing where they were like at the top, whatever. it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, and they did like exceptional on it. Top,
Said 100%.
yeah, 100% on all their stuff, and they're top ranked in the nation. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's really, really good.
That means we are the top ranking.
There you go. Yeah,
Well,
yes. All right. Anything else on that?
Nope.
Moving on to our discussion items, the law conference in April. And I think I want to go to Day on the Hill.
So Day on the Hill
Yeah.
is February 20th
Mhm.
and 21st. Okay. Christine, anybody else? February 20th, 21st. Then the law conference is April 20, whatever that was, 24th. 24th and 5th in Boise.
Yeah.
And I think we have that set up for you
I
guys.
think we already did that last time.
Okay.
Okay. Attendance policy, do we need more discussion on that?
Nope, I think we're going to work on some
We're gonna work
procedural
on
things
that.
as we go, but policy seems like it's good for now.
Policy updates, we already did that. We'll go to action items on that. Yeah. Okay, and we don't need to go back into executive. Everybody's cool with our motion out of executive. So, all right, so on to action items, our policy updates. Gotcha.
Okay, so the proposed graduation requirements for math are 6 credits are required, 2 credits must be taken in the last year of high school. Algebra 1, 2 credits, geometry, 2 credits, student choice of senior math, 2 credits. Students who have completed 6 credits of math prior to the fall of their last year of high school, including at least 2 semesters of advanced placement or dual credit calculus or a higher level course, are exempt from taking math during their last year of high school. Students who have earned 8 credits of math and successfully completed Algebra 2 are exempt from taking math in their final year. AP Computer Science, dual credit Computer Science, dual credit Engineering may be considered a math credit for students who have completed Algebra 2. This is the policy that we had prior. But I just wanted to make sure you guys had the logistics on it. Those exemptions, as I spoke in our last meeting, those are those ones of higher level math, or if they've taken 8 credits by the time, and Algebra 2 by the time they're juniors. That would be the recommendation. And as mentioned before, we'd like to have this go in place for today with the
Okay.
timeliness with the semester ending today, or the new semester starting today.
so would we be amending the policy or just updating the policy?
Amending,
Okay.
because this was our
2700
prior
P, right?
policy, and then we changed it to the state policy, which was to not require any senior math. The current policy reads 6 credits required, but not the timeline of which those 6 credits must be taken. And there's no information about the exemptions in the current policy.
Okay.
So we would be adding back in how they could be exempt if they did qualify for that. And that the requirement is they take that student choice of senior math, those 2 credits during their senior year.
And the chances of those seeking the exemption of not doing some level of math in the senior year would be probably pretty low, wouldn't it?
It's usually your
Or do we max out on what we offer?
Question I had, so if we have a student or two, because it's very few, who for some reason fell in the hole already, how do we backfill that? We just accept it because of what the policy is at.
I
Can you read that
So
again?
you can't get the 2 credits in the semester.
And so the 27
P is the new.
First semester's gone.
Oh, yeah, true.
Did you?
Hang on.
So yeah, how would
Okay,
you
can we get-
enforce
Go
that?
down. Yeah, no, it's under the actual.
Okay, so let's get a motion in a second and then we can discuss.
Well, I'll move that we amend school district 171 policy 2700P as outlined, where there will be 2 credits required in mathematics of the student's choice, with the exemptions or the exceptions as listed.
Yeah, okay. Second, anyone?
Motion on the table.
Mhm.
It's on.
So have they,
So there'll be a second.
Yeah, we need a second.
And then we can discuss.
There's a motion.
okay, second, I'll second.
Now we can discuss.
Discuss away.
So for the students that have the 6 credits of math prior to the fall of their last year of school, including at least 2 semesters of advanced placement or dual credit calc or higher level courses, have we maxed out our ability to deliver math to meet their needs? Okay. And do you see students that would qualify for this exemption as a risk of brain drain around math? Because the way I understand this is keeping math in the brain, right? And keeping that skill set going. Will they be at risk of losing that capacity?
Those guys can speak to that. Those students that qualify for the exemption, they're advanced students that have either doubled up, to get to 8. They've taken, 2 math classes a semester, or they've taken advanced. And most of those kids that got to 6 are going on to take another level of college math. Once in a while, you have a student who doesn't, but most of the ones who get advanced just keep going.
Okay, and that makes sense to me. Thank you.
So I think the real question is then, how do you enforce that? With the change going into
Going
the second
forward.
semester, they won't be able to accomplish it.
You have to go and look and see the first semester. I would say my recommendation would be offer exemption based on the change in the policy. So if there's a first semester issue, we would have to exempt that first semester because that's the policy that was in place. The second semester, we're early enough that we can say, oh, no, we need to math to meet. Or
We got to get the 1 credit.
JSD 171 requirements, you don't have to take math this second semester.
So we'd ask for or they'd ask for an exemption.
Yeah, we'd have to.
We'd have to give it to
It's
them.
already
otherwise
was
they
the
couldn't.
policy first
Yep.
semester,
Mhm.
so they wouldn't be violating the first semester policy.
Okay.
Correct. But if we get in now, we'd say no. Before the snowball gets too big, kids don't jump out.
Right.
No,
We don't.
no,
That lowers the bar.
that wasn't the recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the timing of today being the first day of the semester, like Brian was saying, that we put ourselves in a situation where we can ask those students to meet the requirement that the new policy states, which would be this semester, them achieving that math credit in their senior year. But to backtrack would be difficult and an unreasonable requirement for students. So if you guys want to amend, I think even if you wanted to amend, you could even say, accept the new policy with the exemption of students who did not take math this fall of 2022.
Right, yeah,
But moving forward with spring of 2023, those students will be required.
there you go.
If you,
Yeah.
that's
I
just
But I
that'd
think
be
we're
the-
covered because we had a policy prior to this
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
they adhered to that policy.
I think it'll be very few. that exception will be minimal impact.
I just want to make sure we weren't limiting what they could do.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So how many kids do you think, Brian, in your case?
From this semester.
Mhm.
I've talked to this guy, just started today.
Uh-huh.
So
right.
some might snuck in because,
I see.
last week work kind of got out.
Mhm. Yeah.
This was,
Gotcha.
so.
So I think,
I worried that I should not be having other kids knocking at the door trying to. And now this will help.
I think for clarity, I would in that motion and start anew instead of just amending it,
Okay.
just for
Okay.
clarification. I think, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Okay. If you would withdraw that motion, I think would probably be the best.
Okay, I'll do the best I can here. Okay, I'm going to move that we amend
Look.
policy.
Can we withdraw?
Withdraw your first.
Withdraw
Oh,
your first.
okay, I'll withdraw my first motion then to accept the policy as it was amended. And I'm going to move that we accept school district 171 policy 2700P with the amendments regarding senior credits and the exceptions. And then also allow exemptions for students that did not take math in the fall. Is that right? 2022, and become effective for the following, or for the year continuing on into 2023.
Work.
That the policy become effective
Spring.
going into spring of 2023.
All right.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next action item is approval of an emergency closure of the schools all day on the, all schools on the 20th of December. And then a 2-hour delay all schools on the 21st. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion that we accept this emergency closure on December 20th for all schools all day and December 21st, 2022 for the 2-hour delay, all schools.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. All right, new hires and separations. Can I get a motion?
I'll move we accept the new hires and the separations and retirements as presented.
Second.
Any discussions? Oop. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, motion carries.
Aye.
All right. Yeah. Okay, board member input for future agendas. Our next regular meeting will be February 27th at the OJSHHS, which I can never say that just because, you know,
Brian's house.
OHS forever. Library. So you guys have anything
There's a work session prior to that, and that is where we will be discussing
The salary.
classified
classified
staffs.
salaries?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll have a work session at what time? 6 to 5?
We're doing 5, aren't we?
5.
5.
So we put on all of them.
Yeah. let's just
Okay.
do
Do we want an executive around superintendent's
Yeah,
goals?
yeah.
Yes.
So
That's what I thought.
do we
work
want to
session.
do an executive before that, like at 4 again?
Mhm.
Do we want to do
I
that?
think that's a good idea. Thanks
Okay.
for bringing that up.
So we want to have a 4 o'clock executive session only, special session to work on
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning and rest
Okay.
goals.
So this is going to look like this then.
Yes,
Okay.
just the same, but.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys need anything from me to that? What do you guys need me to prepare for?
We have a plan to draft and disseminate information amongst ourselves and you included around the existing goals and building objectives within them
Perfect.
for some measurable accountability standards. And we just we'll want to discuss and hopefully finalize, get to fine tune that.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay, sounds perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
Anything else? We good? What? All right, and we have a meeting, committee meeting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. You're talking about the Harmony Committee?
Yes, yes.
Tomorrow afternoon.
At
Yes.
what time?
4:30, I believe, isn't it? Let me look real quick, verify. 4:30.
All right.
4:30 for all of us.
Where's it
gonna
be?
Oh,
It'll be at OPD.
Oh, at
At-
OPD?
Yep,
Okay.
in their conference room
Oh, okay.
at 4:30, across the street.
Okay.
It'll just be the negotiations committee, basically is what it is, but our Harmony Committee.
Yes, let's have a motion to adjourn and we can get out of here.
Make a motion to adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Let's get out of here.
No
Meeting is
discussion.
adjourned.
Thanks.